Hello and welcome to the sixth part of 1000 Angular facts. So in this video we will cover from fact 71 to 79. Let's start. #71. How to share data using ActiveChild. So using ActiveChild decorator, we can share the data from child component to the parent component. So we can inject one component inside the another component using the decorator. So we have two steps to follow. In the first step, we will import component viewChild and after view init from Angular /core, and then we will import the child component into the parent component. In the second step, we will create the parent component class and implement the after view init, and then we can see here that we have injected the decorator at viewChild, and inside it we passed the child component as a parameter, and we have created the instance of this as a child. Next one, what is the significance of route order in Angular routing? So the order of the route is very important because router uses the first match wins strategy when matching routes. So more specific routes should be placed above the less specific routes. So the wildcard route comes in the last because it matches each and every URL and the route select, and it in case no other route matches first. How to extract information from a route? So there are three steps. In the first step, we will import the activated route and param map into our component. In the second step, we will inject an instance of activated route to the constructor like this way, private route hyphen activated route. In the third step, we will use it as an instance like this dot route dot query params dot subscribe, and inside it we will pass the params id. 74. How to display a 404 pages. To display a 404 page, you need to set up a wildcard route with the component properties set to the component for your 404 page. So in this way you can see last route with the path of double star is a wildcard route. So the route select this route if the requested URL doesn't match any of the path earlier in the list, and send the users to the page node font component. In this way you can see in the last line. Next one, Angular Universal. Angular Universal is a tool for implementing server-side rendering of an Angular application. When integrating with an app, Angular Universal generate and serve a static page on the server in response to the browser, and the initial static page serve as a fast loading placeholder while the full application being prepared for normal execution in the browser. Next one, what is cross-site scripting? That is XSS. So cross-site scripting enables attackers to inject malicious code into the web page that can steal your data, that is login data, and perform action to impersonate the users. So this is one of the most common attacks on the web, and to block XSS attack you must prevent malicious code from entering the DOM. If attackers can trick you into inserting the script tag into the DOM, then they can run the arbitrary code on your website, and the attack will not limit it to the script tag only. In fact, many element and the property in the DOM allow the execution like image tag and anchor tag. These are the example. Now next one, what is Angular's cross-site scripting security model? So by default, Angular treat all the values as untrusted to systematically block XSS bugs. When a value is inserted into the DOM from a template, property, attribute, styles, and class binding or interpolation, Angular sanitize and escape untrusted values. So sanitization means inspection of an untrusted value and turning it into a value that is safe for the DOM. Next one, how do you perform error handling in observable? So we can handle error by specifying an error callback on the observer instead of relying on try catch block. So we can define error callback as below code. You can see there are two methods. First one is next and next one is error method. Inside it we can log the message, error message. Next one, what is promise? A promise is an API abstraction that allows us to handle asynchronous operations synchronously. So promise execute immediately on its creation, and it follow the immediate execution. It provide only one value and uses only then clauses. So some problem using promises are as below. When our application gets bigger, promise becomes hard to manage. A promise is defined where data create, not where it is being used. And the third one is suppose that when we want to implement the retry method, so it will not have the option to implement this one.